Most men don't actually want you, they just like the idea of you. That's why when they have you, they get complacent. As humans, we like the idea of having. The idea of having a new car, the idea of having a new job, the idea of having a new business, the idea of having a new apartment. The idea of having always gives us something to look forward to. Tell me, have you ever liked the idea of having something? You finally got it, you was excited for a while, but then you noticed that you wanted something else. That's literally how it is for some of the men that like the idea of you. First, they start off by seeing you from a distance. You look nice, you dress nice, you look like you smell nice, the whole package. Now, eventually they get to the chase. You guys are messaging back and forth. Perhaps you go on some dates. Then finally he gets you. And that's when he starts to change. That's when his behavior starts to be different. That's when he gets complacent. That's when he stops doing the things that he used to do. This is solely because he likes the idea of having you more than he actually enjoys having you.
So besties, most men don't like you, they just want to experience you. Don't be the experiment, know the difference. There are a lot of men who are excited with the chase, but they are not excited with the catch. They just want to know that they were able to have you. But when you finally get interested in them, when you finally develop feelings, and you start showing them love, attention, care, and all of these things that comes in a relationship, they get bored. They don't want you anymore because you fell in love with them. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and jot things down. I'm going to tell you how to avoid being the experiment to men who just want to chase you. Make sure you stay tuned and watch to the end.
Immature men chase things that they don't want. You know why? They like to chase more than the catch. That's why when they caught you, he f***ed you, then let you go and chase the next thing. Whole phase men care more about chasing than they do about catching. That's why they call it game. The game is, let me see if I can get this girl, not the girl that's promiscuous. No, I want to find the good girl because that gives me an adrenaline rush. That gives me an ego boost. If I can get this girl that don't normally do this, if I can get this girl to fall for me, then I feel better about myself as a man. A lot of men chase because of ego, not because they want you. He chasing for him. He ain't chasing for you.
Ladies, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you why men love to chase but hate commitment. A man will chase you up and down, send you flowers, like he'll do everything in his power in the beginning to try to impress you, to get you, make you seem like he's a sweet guy or just a good guy. But when it comes down to commitment, the reason why he don't want that because he got so much unself-love in himself, he don't feel like he can just be with one woman because of his insecurities. Now, that's a little butt trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, men will do everything, but once they get you, they can't be committed because they know they don't even trust themselves. A lot of men won't tell you that. A lot of men really don't love themselves for real. So they need validation from having sex with multiple women to make themselves feel like, you know what I'm saying, worthy of a man because they probably lacking something in their personal life. Finance, love, trauma, anything. And I'm just telling you the truth. Free game.
They love the chase, that's the thing. These type of men will love to chase you, but they don't love it when they have you, or they don't appreciate it when they have you. So I think when Landon first got with me, the fact that he could do all these things and buy me things and then win me over, and then eventually when I come to a point where I'm even can you stop buying me stuff because it's a little bit excessive, he would kind of get turned off by me. It's almost like, how they want someone to be constantly mean to them or dismissive of them or cold towards them. But then it's just a game. It's a constant game.
Do men really like the chase? Well, to make a long story short, absolutely. They indeed love the chase. Here's the thing, all right? Guys are the most fulfilled when they accomplish something that took a great amount of work to accomplish. So if you make them work for it and you make them sort of chase you, they're going to love this. They're going to feel more fulfilled when they get to the end and they get that prize. Whatever that prize may be, that's up to you to decide. Whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or maybe they're getting lucky. I don't know. You make the rules. So yeah, do guys love the chase? Absolutely. And that'll never change because us as guys we love to work. We love it. Use this information as you wish and have an awesome day.
The more she doesn't want me, the more I want her. I don't know what it is. I just love it. I love the chase. Like keep running from me, I'm gonna catch you.
This is why I say take what he does and says at face value, because the moment that this niche guy gets you is the moment that the novelty and joy of having you around goes downhill. See, his motive for pursuing you was already bad,
but the outcome of why they stop is substantially worse. With this guy, him sleeping with you will make his clarity hit enough to diminish the idea of having you. But it shouldn't even get to that point. And yeah, he can revisit you and continue to keep doing the same thing, but he's not going to think anything of it. He'll just make sure that your back is turned the whole time. But that's besides the point. Many of them will utilize this tactic of acting as if you didn't care or you never cared in order to elicit a reaction out of you. And in return, it gives them the ultimate high, but I'll segue into that. This hot and cold method is essentially supposed to keep him satisfied. Y'all remember the scene from the movie It? Do you remember how Pennywise the dancing clown relished in striking fear into his victim before he devoured them? It's a little bit like that, but less gratuitous. There will be times that even though he relishes off of your reaction, he's going to go silent to get the reaction. Then what he's going to do is call you out of the blue or text you in hopes that you're going to answer. Oh, he hopes, but it's just for the worst thing. He's going to start off with generic questions that you're going to feel obligated to answer. If you care enough, that is. 9 times out of 10, he's already assessed that you care enough to answer. And then somehow, some way, the conversation is going to make a transition into him telling you, nah, you the one to be playing. It is 100% unequivocally to make you feel dumb. Now you're probably asking, I thought men were supposed to be simple. His means of manipulating you is simple. It's really deny, deny, deny. He just knew that you would draw conclusions. He just knew that you had a fixation to prove yourself, which you shouldn't have been doing in the first place. If they can make you feel at fault for something that you never did and lure you in into saying, no, I did not do those things, they got you, even if you don't want to believe it. The role that this type of guy plays is a role of a very incoherent man. And he wants you to believe, silly man just doing silly man stuff. I think I can forgive you because you're telling me that it's in your nature. Then hit you with one of his power phrases like, girl, you ain't even want me like that. The back and forth is already their version of serotonin. Because in the midst of their back and forth, followed up by their ghosting, not only did they get the luxury of having to reply back, not only were they able to guilt trip you and succeed at it, inadvertently you help him succeed the moment that you tell him, yes, I was giving you an effort. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I actually liked you. When you've decided to rehash something that has already been orchestrated by somebody, you're relinquishing ego and audacity. To remind them of their wrongdoings while still being there is doing them a favor. You telling them, hey, I actually tried. What are you talking about? Is almost equivalent to you saying, hey, I still like you. You still have a certain amount of control over me. In this scenario for him, the power isn't within his phrasing or his denial. It's in your acceptance. And he is solely reliant on your mind wandering to take the lead. And it initiates the moment that you rebuttal the very thing that most of them want to hear, which is, yes, I did want to be with you, whether it's present or past tense. That is often why they lose their mind when you go silent. And he goes silent because he can often deduce that the quiet treatment with no conclusion will eat you up on the inside. And in many cases, they're not even aiming to elicit this reaction with their silence. It's just something that they do because they simply don't care. It just so happens to work as a bonus for them, though. This is why I always incentivize that if evidence was already placed in front of you for a group of people that already take things at face value, don't give them the opportunity to make you feel crazy. If you think the way that they sustain having you is crazy, then there can't be two of y'all. That's just delusion.
Not having you is actually making them love you more.
No, what's happening is he's chasing a bruised ego, and he'll do and say whatever to satisfy that bruised ego. And once he satisfies that bruised ego, it's game over. And now you say, what happened? You don't treat me the same. You've changed. No, he didn't like your ass like that in the first place. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But nah, that's probably one of the dumbest videos I ever seen on this app, and I'm gonna do a part 2.
Guys like the chase more than they like the actual relationship. I'm just gonna say it. Like, they like the chase. Because think about it. A guy will DM you for 7 months straight. 8 months. They won't miss a day. Okay? Every day. Hey, yo, what's up? As soon as you give him a chance, as soon as y'all start vibing, the energy be switching. Oh, now that I deadass love you, my guy? Now that I love you, you want to stop? Really? Because they got you. And they try to bait you and try to trick you into, like, I don't like the chase. You never call me. But as soon as I become obsessed with you, now it's a problem. Oh, my fault. My fault. I thought you wanted this.
Men do not seek relationships. Men seek pleasure. Men fall in love when you don't give them that pleasure. When they want it so bad and you don't give it to them, that's when they fall in love with you. Men fall in love with the chase. You can be not even an attractive person, and if you're good at the chase, you can make any man love you. Because if he has just a smidgen of interest in you, and you don't fall for his manipulation and game, and you don't give in to what he wants, he'll chase you. And in the chase is when he falls in love with you. A man cannot fall in love unless he chases you, period. If you just give him everything he wants on sight, girl, he done got it. He ain't gonna chase you now. In the old days, it was called courting. Men would court women. People don't even know what it means anymore. In the courting process is when men fall in love. That's how men would find wives, through the courting.
I'll be the first to admit it if you haven't heard it already. As a dude, we like chasing. Like, we like chasing. We just like the thrill of chasing you. I ain't talking about, like, you told us you're not interested and we just still chasing you. No, bro. That dude is delusional. Cut that type of dude out your life. But if you giving out signs to us, like, okay, yeah, he may got a chance, like, but I'm gonna make him have to work for it. Okay, make me have to work for it. Please make me have to work for it, because I'm not gonna be delusional about it. I'm not gonna go get pressed over you. But I'm going to just be like, I like that thrill of it, because as a dude, we like that mentality. We have that mentality of wanting to conquering an objective, overcoming the obstacles that she put in our path. Okay, she got this wall up. Okay, let me break that down. Let me get inside those barriers, get between those crevices, and tear those walls down, and just be right there with you. Like, what's up? I'm still here. And then once you overcome it, hey, this is some dudes now. Now, I ain't saying he want to chase her and overcome her, get what he want, and he just leave her. I ain't gonna lie, that's how some dudes operate. That's not how I operate, though. If I'm chasing you, if I'm enticed to chase you and generally want to pursue you, I'm going to actually try to build something off of that. I'm not going to just try to chase you and just waste your time and just hurt you or nothing like that. That's how some dudes operate. That's not how we do it over here, man. But, hey, leave a comment. You like the thrill of that chase too, right? And this is not just dudes that do this too. Girls do the same thing. We're not going to act like they don't play the game too.
I confess, we do like the chase. You have to. I think if things are too easy for anybody in any regard, I think people get a little bit. They get what my friend Weston calls it the ick. Does that make sense? Like when it's like just too easy, it's too available, on both sides.
But I think for cis hetero males, I think it's like this is all biology. Like it's in you to chase, and it's in women to be selective, because we have to procreate with an individual who will protect us from the elements. Now it's just like protect us from AI, but back in the day, for thousands of years, it was just like the elements and can you protect us?
When we first start dating, I feel like that's when you should be the most consistent. Once you show me early signs of your inconsistency, I'm going to take that as a sign that you're not interested. Like in the beginning talking stages, we should be on each other's bodies, talking all the time, texting all the time. Like, that's when it should be the most fun, the most consistent. So in the first weeks, months, you already showing me inconsistency. That is a red flag. And it lets the person know that you're not interested. I really do think like men just like the chase. They just like that whole cat and mouse thing. And when they actually get you, that's when the interest in you declines. Like they only wanted to do that tit for tat thing. Then once you play back with them a little bit, like, oh, okay, sure, I'll give you some time. Let's go out, plan a date, da da da. Now all of a sudden they're not on your body no more.
Men marry inconvenient women. Men run away with inconvenient.
Oh, how I wish I could reach this level of delusion. However, no, men do not marry inconvenient women. Men love chasing inconvenient women for validation. But they quickly grow tired of this, and then they will settle for the girl who is just like easygoing and never asks them to do anything. And let me tell you how I know this. I have very bare minimum standards for men that would place me into this category of inconvenient women. And boys love to chase after me. And some of them last a week, some of them last a month. But in the end, they always burn out. Like, for the longest time, I felt like Dane Cook in that movie Good Luck Chuck, because every boy I dated would go on to date the next year for, like, months or even years. This last year, 3 of my exes got engaged, which is wild. Like, sometimes I think I might have even just scared them into realizing what standards could be held for them, so the next girl, they're like, I gotta lock this down. And here's the thing, I used to be like on somewhat mutual terms with a couple of my exes. That's a long story, but I got to know their next girlfriend, and immediately when I met them, a flip switched in my mind and it all made sense. Watching them interact, I'm like, oh, she just lets this man kind of walk all over her. She just has different standards than I do. Such as my one ex, you could call him, things didn't work out because I felt like I was always asking him to step up and do more and think about me when you're doing things. Like, he was just a very selfish man, classic only child trope. And things at one point got very messy, and I later became friends with the girl he dated after me for several years, and she told me the whole story about how the whole time he was just so lazy and he treated her terribly. Things were a little scary sometimes, a lot of lying and cheating and that behavior, and I realized I dodged a massive bullet there. But yeah, like, she was just the one who was willing to put up with all that and stay with him. And they got back together since that, which is a whole thing, but I do believe that someday they will get married. But I truly do believe that those two are made for each other, because that's a story for another day. She did some really terrible things to me as well, but like, she just enables his behavior. She's the more convenient choice, and men essentially marry the convenient woman. They love to chase the inconvenient woman, right? Because it brings them all this validation. But then one of two things happen. They either burn out because they just like can't meet the standards that are, again, like bare minimum things, or two, the moment you like kind of let your guard down, they're bored, they're uninterested, they need to go chase something new and more inconvenient. And that's why I personally have a rule when I'm seriously dating that I don't even consider sleeping with a man until like I really, really, really know him. Because honestly, most of them don't make it to that point. But that's just a personal choice, and it works really well for me, not shaming anyone who does anything differently. But it is true that a lot of times these boys that are just in it for the validation chase, once you sleep with them, they will just be completely gone. Because they felt like they won, like they received the validation. It's a strange thing for sure.
What a man loves is a chase. I'm just talking from my experience, stories I've heard from...
Tell us everything about us ladies. We want to know everything, how a guy thinks. What does it feel? How does it feel like for a guy to chase a woman?
He loves mystery. A man loves mystery. If after the first date, he gets everything he wants, there's no sense of mystery
Does
there.
that mean the girl needs to act like she's not interested in him at all?
In some sense, yes. But she needs to show that there's a level of interest, but not too much.
And ladies, be careful about men that will chase you, because some men do it for sport. They wouldn't know what to do if they caught you. This is why you will find serial daters that's great at dating but horrible at relationships, because all they wanted to do was chase, prove that they can catch you. But what they're gonna do once you're caught? Men and women that are forcing themselves to chase are playing games. I'm not chasing nobody. I got asthma. At this point in my life, we walking hand in hand. Yes, I'll make the first step, but I ain't running after nobody. And vice versa for y'all ladies. Because like I said earlier, in 2024, men expect you to chase them now. And y'all be hitting them up. When you gonna take me out? No, if that man don't have the initiative, that ain't the man for you. Two people that are evenly yoked, neither one of them got to chase. That don't feel forced. There's a connection, a chemistry that draws them together. We both want to equally talk to each other. We both equally want to go on dates. We both equally want to earn each other. Chase you for what? If I got to chase you, you ain't the woman for me. And ladies, let's be real. If you trying to make a man chase you, that ain't the man for you.
Why guys love to chase. Stay for the whole video. I'm going to give you an analogy that will better help you understand how to inspire that in a guy. Let's imagine you're a child and you rush down the stairs because you're hungry and ready to eat something. When you get downstairs, you see me, your parent, okay? And I tell you, I'm going out real quick. There's lots of food in the fridge. You can eat anything that your heart desires. Absolutely anything that's in the fridge. So you're going to go through the fridge and you're going to pick something you like, and you're going to probably toss to the side the stuff that you don't like. Now, in the second scenario, I want you to imagine you rush down the stairs and I'm there again telling you that I'm about to go out and you can have anything in the fridge. There's lots of food. I bought tons of food from all these different places. Anything you like, you can have that's in the fridge. Except you cannot eat the chocolate chip cookies that are sitting in the cookie jar on top of the fridge. Anything else in the fridge, on the stove, in the cupboards is free to you. When everything was available to you, there was nothing in particular that your mind focused on or thought about being in that fridge. But as soon as I tell you the one thing you can't have, that was the first thing and only thing your mind was able to focus on. And see, you didn't think about the chocolate chip cookies because of how good they are. You don't know how good they are. They could be even worse than the other cookies that are sitting in the cupboard that are readily available to you and you're allowed to eat. But what makes you want those cookies on the top of the cookie jar is that they're more intriguing. See, you've made the mistake of thinking that the guys are chasing the girls who are the most beautiful. It's not about being the most beautiful. It's about being the most intriguing.
A lot of these men actually don't care to get to know you. They just want to experience you. Let's talk about it. Like, he can be consistent with you. He can be consistent in his communication. He can be asking all the right things, doing the right things, taking you out on dates, doing this, doing that, only for him to literally not give a fuck about you and just want to experience you. By experience, I don't always mean something physical. It could mean something emotional too, that you give off this empowering, strong, confident, positive energy that they just lack. Or they will genuinely just do this to humble you. Some men see some women as competition, unfortunately, but it's like, you can't compete where you don't compare. If you don't have any pure intentions for me, if you don't have any intention on making this a long-term thing, at least be honest with how you feel in the beginning so you're not misleading that person. A lot of these men will also preach communication. How if at any point you feel a certain type of way, for you to communicate, yet they can't even communicate how they feel. To be honest, I've learned to just not take shit personally. Like, if somebody doesn't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. If somebody doesn't want to text or call or FaceTime you, they don't want to text or call or FaceTime you. If somebody is not willing to put in the effort to make it known that you are on their mind, guess what? I'm not also thinking about them too. There's no point of putting all of this time, energy, love, support into somebody who also isn't giving it back to you. And to be honest, I think a part of the problem is that we all want to be loved, okay? But some people don't know how to accept that love and don't know how to be loved in that way. It is not your responsibility to sit here and always have to convince somebody that this is who you are, this is whatever. If they can't accept you for who you are, what you do, and how you do things for them, they are just not the right person for you. Listen to a lot of he says, she says advice on TikTok, and I feel like it's just so toxic. It is so clear and evident if somebody likes you and wants you in their life. They will make it known. You will feel secure. You will feel confident. Like, us women sometimes think that men are these complex creatures. And although they may be creatures, they are very, very simple creatures. In the animal kingdom, if a man doesn't go after what he wants, do you know what happens to that man? He literally gets eaten alive. And guess what? In today's world, the exact same thing happens. What you tolerate, you allow. If you are allowing this man to walk all over you, to say all of these things but not actually deliver, that is on you. There is nobody else that can fix that problem other than you, and you have to be the one to break that cycle.
When you're someone's object of lust, the last thing that's on their mind is getting to know you, and that's because their primary goal is to experience you, not get to know you. They don't see you as an actual person with thoughts, feelings, and emotions. They see you as an object of desire. They see you as an object of pleasure. They see you as a target to be pursued, a mission to be accomplished, a goal to be achieved, and an opportunity to be conquered. They don't view you as a human when they view you lustfully. And the most ironic part of this all is somebody who's lusting over you can talk to you all day long, every other day, and be consistent with their communication, not because they want to get to know you, but because they want to get to experience you. Why else do you think that there are countless women and countless men who, when they finally hook up with that person who they've been craving so much, they finally stop talking to them because the experience has been fulfilled. After they've experienced you, now they view you as disposable and replaceable. So what do? They dispose of you by putting you off to the side, neglecting you, no longer talking to you, no longer hitting you up, disappearing, ghosting, and going to the next person who they're gonna lust after. If someone is lusting after you, you'd better make sure that you're lusting after them as well. Otherwise, don't give them any attention, any effort, any energy. The biggest mistake you can make is allowing someone to lust after you and thinking that they want to get to know you genuinely. They don't. They just want to experience you.
Here's the realest dating advice that I can give to women, and I gotta be the one to do it. I'm your big brother Russ. Now, a lot of men, I'm not saying all, but a lot of men don't genuinely want to get to know you and develop something long-term and build something real with you. They just want to experience you. They talk a smooth game, they tell you what you want to hear, and as soon as they get what they want, you're ghosted. That's why I preach over and over again, it's so important to develop that self-love as a woman, because once you do develop that self-love and you love yourself and you're confident, you see right through the BS. Once you get to a point where you don't need anybody and you're cool with just being by yourself, you're not just gonna settle for anybody that's just talking. You're not gonna ignore the red flags, and you're not just gonna let anybody into your life. And you could tell a man is being genuine with his intentions if he's asking you questions to get to know you on a deeper level. His efforts there, he's planning dates. If y'all been talking for a minute and he finally makes plans with you to come and see him, but it's to come to his crib, and it's 2:30 a.m. Common sense. Once you hold yourself to a certain standard as a woman and you don't settle for anything less, you'll see right through the BS. You'll get rid of the guys that just want that one thing, and you'll find your somebody. I promise you.
These men just want to chase you. These are the type of men who chase dopamine. They chase excitement. They see you as a game. They see you as a conquest which they want to conquer. You are the prey which they are out to hunt. That is why they lose interest immediately you get involved with them. That is why they lose interest when you get attached and you start showing them interest. They get bored when you fall in love with them. They get bored when they finally have you. I'm going to tell you how to identify the type of men who do this. The first point is they are all about the chase. This guy is super flirty. He's very intense in the beginning, super attentive, flirty, and eager to impress. But once he wins your attention and he wins your affection, he loses interest. All of this interest fades away. The way you're going to handle this type of guy is to enjoy the attention, but keep your eyes open. Look for consistency beyond the chase. Make sure he's consistent with his actions. If he's not consistent with his actions, then you know what that means. The next point is the conversations are always very shallow. This guy talks about fun light topics but avoids deeper and more meaningful conversations. He avoids deeper and more meaningful conversations. Take note. The way you're going to handle this type of man is by steering the conversation to more meaningful topics, more important topics, things that are going to add value. If he consistently steers back the conversations to shallow topics, meaningless topics, he's always flirty, talking about sex, this is a sign. The next point is inconsistency in conversations. If this guy is super chatty one day and then he ghosts you for a week, his attention comes and goes. One day he shows you a lot of attention, he shows interest, and the next day he acts like you don't exist. He's ghosting you, he doesn't even keep in touch. This is how you're going to handle it. Set boundaries with communication. If he cannot respect it, then you know he's not serious. The next point is he's all about physical attraction. If his compliments are all about your physical looks, and his focus is more on physical intimacy rather than building a strong connection with you, then this guy is not serious. He's just excited about the chase. What he wants is physical intimacy, not a relationship, not a connection. What you need to do is to make sure there is balance. If he's not interested in your personality and your mind, and his focus is just on your body, on your looks, then you know he's just interested in a fling. You shouldn't be dealing with this type of guy in the first place. The next point is avoidance of future plans. He avoids discussing the future or making plans beyond the next date. Everything feels in the moment. If this guy makes you feel like you're not going to hear from him the next day or the following week, everything just seems in the moment, this is a sign. The way you're going to handle it is by asking about his future goals and his future plans concerning both of you people. If this guy says all of his plans and it doesn't include you, or he tries to dodge the conversation or avoid the topic that concerns you being in his future, that is a red flag. The next point is limited emotional support. He's not there when you need emotional support. He's around only during the good times. But during the tough times, this guy disappears. He's nowhere to be found. He's around for the good times but disappears during tough ones. The way you're going to handle it is by noticing who is by your side during the highs and the lows, during your good moments and during your tough times. If this guy is not there during your tough times, he's only there during the good moments, it's because he doesn't really love you. A real connection involves being there during the bad times and in the good times. A real genuine connection involves being there through it all. If this man really likes you and he really has feelings for you, this guy will be there for you both during the good times and during the bad times. But if he's there only when things are going well, he doesn't really like you. And how would you know? It's during the worst moment of your life that you're going to know when a guy really likes you. He doesn't introduce you to his circle. This guy keeps you away from his friends and his family. Your relationship feels isolated from his family, from his circle. Your relationship feels isolated from the rest of his life. A lot of you are dating men and you know nothing about him outside of what he tells you, outside of what he shows you. You don't know his family, you don't know his friends, but you guys are dating, you guys are smashing, you guys are doing whatever. But no one in his circle knows you and you don't know them. He deliberately keeps you away from them. This is a red flag. This is what you need to know. If he's serious, he will include you into his world. You will be part of his world. But if he separates you from the rest of his world is because he doesn't see you in the long term. He sees no future with you. If this man is serious about you, you will be part of his world. You wouldn't even have to ask for it. This guy will be excited to introduce you to his circle, to his family, to his friends. But if he separates you, it's because he sees no long-term future with you in it. The next point is self-centered conversations. The conversations always circles back to him. He talks a lot about his own experiences and achievements, but shows little interest in yours. How you're going to handle it is by redirecting the conversation to see if he's going to show genuine interest in your life. If not, he's just using you for validation. If this guy doesn't talk about you, if he doesn't want to get to know you, if he's not interested in the things that concerns you, he is using you for validation, especially if he's talking only about himself. Take note. The last but not the least sign is your gut feeling. Trust your gut feeling. Your intuition is the biggest gift from God. If something feels off about this guy, and if you feel like he's not genuinely interested in you and doesn't like you, believe it. If something feels off about this guy, energy does not lie. Trust it. Something feels off, you cannot put your finger to it, but your intuition tells you he's not genuinely interested. Believe it. If something feels off, it is because something is off. If you feel like this guy doesn't like you, it's because he doesn't like you. It's good to address your issues early on. Every time I ignored my intuition, trust me, I paid the price for it. So don't ignore yours. It will save you from a lot of BS. It's very important to know the signs when a guy is genuinely interested in getting to know you versus him just wanting to experience you. He may be looking for dopamine, wanting the thrill of experiencing you. Take note of these signs. A lot of these men are looking for dopamine, excitement. They want the thrill of experiencing you, but they don't want you. Keep your eyes open for the signs. Don't settle for someone who doesn't see your value, who doesn't see your worth. You deserve someone who is genuinely interested in you and invested in you, not just interested in experiencing you. Someone who genuinely wants to be with you and who genuinely likes you, and not just the experience of being with you. A lot of these men have a premeditated idea of who you are. Most of these men have an idea of the kind of girl you are. Some of them have expectations. They are coming to you with an expectation. They expect you to be this type of person. And then when they come and see your personality, and your personality is different from what they thought you were going to be, they lose interest, they lose feelings. Maybe this guy thought you were a very quiet, calm person, and then when he comes and sees you, you're very loud, you're very sociable, you're an extrovert. He doesn't like it. Now he loses feelings. He pulls back. Some of these men may want a very soft, feminine woman, and then when he comes to get to know you, he discovers that you're masculine. You're the type of girl who stands on business. He may lose feelings. He may withdraw. A lot of these men are in love with the idea of you and not who you are. They are excited about the idea of the type of girl they perceive you to be from afar. So when they come close to you and they get to know you, they see that you're not who they thought you were, they lose interest. Most of these men don't deserve to experience you. Some of these men don't even deserve to be close to you. Be very selective and picky with whoever you allow into your life and whoever you bring to your circle. Because a lot of them, they just want to know who you are and talk about you and humble you and bring you down. Use you for attention and validation to feed their ego. Don't give them that satisfaction. You deserve a guy who loves you for you and not the idea of who you are. So besties, we've come to the end of this amazing video. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Drop your experiences. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.